we almost just crushed that cattail. But don't worry, it's here, the gigantic floodlight. Now, I thought this was going to be a lot smaller than what it is, but that's not a problem because it is super bright, and that's the only reason I bought it. Doesn't matter how big it is. If anything, I like how big it is because it really throws the light out in a pretty wide beam, which is awesome. This is a 150 watt light, not 150 equivalent. It actually pulls 150 watts. Incredibly bright series of LEDs on a PCB. It's got this bright reflector, and it's all in a waterproof aluminum housing covered in a big sheet of glass. It's got a bracket on the back and a plug with a little switch on it. It's all waterproof. It's going to work great for my application of lighting up my entire backyard, and it's made by a company called FAISHILAN. You know, FAISHILAN. I've never heard of them before, but they make a good floodlight LED. So let's go ahead and get into this because there's really not much on the box. I'll show you this thing. I don't know what that is. Some of the basic features we'll be going through: a generic house and an A energy rating by the European Union, which must be important for people who don't use Freedom units. Okay, so I got to be really careful getting this out. It's big. Okay, so there's really not much in the box. I would be aware that there can be broken glass. Mine, unfortunately, was a little manhandled by the UPS carrier, but also Amazon didn't pack it that well. It was kind of bouncing around, so if anything is like cracked, you can obviously return it, but the only thing that was wrong with mine is like these little things on the side. It's flat on the front, but you can tell on the inside it cracked a little. Not a problem because there's still a rubber gasket that goes around the whole thing, so still waterproof and still incredibly bright. So you can see that even the PCB that they put it on is reflective as well. So this thing is just massive. I can't even fit it on frame, but I'll show you around some of the features. So it's held on with these little metal clamps here and can be adjusted with this metal bracket. I should stop saying metal because it's all metal. It's all very well built. I'm pretty sure this body is, well, it must be cast aluminum or something, but these fins, of course, metal, so they're actually functional. They're not just for show, and believe me, you will need them because this thing gets hot. It's hot enough to where you can smell it at a certain point, so this is a very good thing to have. The cord is quite short, coming in at maybe about 2.5, 3 feet, but it does have 3-pin power, which is really good when you're pulling something that's 150 watts. I like seeing a ground wire. That's always good. And then it has this nice little switch on here. So if you want to mount this in a more temporary position, say use it as a work light, you can definitely do that. So I'm liking it so far. I don't have my house set up to where I'm going to mount it on my siding just yet, but I am going to show you guys what it does to light up the countryside, maybe even shine some deer. So we're going to try and shine the entire backyard just to show you guys how bright this thing can get. So meet me in the backyard in 1 hour. I'll see you there. Okay, so I'm holding this without a tripod. This is currently the light right now. I can't even focus just because it's so dim. There's a little light coming in, but you can't exactly see what's going on. And turning the light on in 3, 2, 1. Takes a little second to warm up, but you can see it is extremely bright. And of course, cameras cannot pick up as much light as the human eye. So these dark areas, you can actually see the wood line, and I actually saw some critters run away when I first turned it on. So it's a very wide angle. Right now it's facing this direction, but if I go all the way to the right, you can see it definitely is 180 degrees. So it's really picking up a lot of area, and I'm very impressed with this. I think it's going to work really well for my application. So if you like this review, let me know. I do it for the likes. I just love making these reviews and hearing feedback from people, so I appreciate all the comments of support, and I hope to see you in one of my future reviews. Thanks for watching, guys.